So we're going to get started breaking down this Mongoose Expert. This turns out to be a 95. I just decoded it. So it's a, I believe an A, BEA 001597. So the second letters, or the third and fourth letters, designate the year. So the BEA says February of 95. So it's pretty close on it by just the V-brake setup and the quill stem from my experience. So I'm not going to do like a full restoration on this. All I'm going to do is clean it up, make sure the seat post is movable, grease up the bearings and make sure they're in good shape, true the wheels if they need it. This one's got a little bit of hop in the back. And clean the chain up, put a new brake cable on it, and just pass this on to somebody that maybe wants to take the next step forward of doing like a restoration on it. So I'm just going to get started and check the seat post here and see if this will move, which would be nice. And I've had it sitting with some penetrating oil, and then I'll mess with the chain and move on to the next parts. Still got the nice decal on it too. All right, so I did get the fork off, and I'm able to use it. It is a 4130 stamped or chromoly stamped fork, so I want to reuse this. It's a nice shape. The decals are good. The dropouts are good. The only thing I had a problem with was that nut right there grabbed threads because there's a gap right in here, and that's usually caused by it coming loose over time, or these real soft reflector brackets lose their little detent deal there, and they spin around because they get hit and they cause damage to these threads. So I'm going to use that Free Spirit, which is a heavier, you can just feel the weight of it. It fits, it's the same type of bearing. So I'm going to use the bearing, or actually the nut here, and just swap that out. That's why it's always nice to part out some bikes and have some extra headsets laying around. As far as the frame, it looks in really good shape. I do want to point out whoever built this, which it would have been a bike shop because it was a 95 or is a 95. They did grease the seat post up. I took grease off here. So that means, you know, it was built correctly. That's what we did when I built bikes, was we pulled seat posts and greased them, repacked bearings in the bottom bracket, the headsets, and even greased up the quill stem so they would come out easier if we ever had them come back, or, you know, abuse. So I'm just going to clean this up. I'm going to test a couple of spots in underneath the frame here to see if the rust will come off with no problem. Newer frames, I'm concerned about how they're going to hold up with the steel wool getting, you know, this is zero steel wool, but is it going to scratch it? Newer bikes, I have to be careful with that. But the older ones usually hold up pretty good. So I'm not seeing any scratches. There is the serial number underneath, and that's how I was able to identify it being a 95. So good bike, good bones for somebody in the future to, or, you know, pass it on to somebody that wants to maybe take it a step further. But I'm just going to clean it up, make it. Okay, the 95 Expert is all ready and put together. I made it just as a rider, meaning there's nothing mechanically wrong with it. It does need some tires, but actually I would ride on these. I don't know if these are original or not. They appear to be original. The frame's a 21-inch top tube. It is a 20-inch wheel. The fork is a chromoly. The frame appears to be at least main tube chromoly. The crank arms are 175. I had to get rid of the cantilever brakes because of the failure. And there's actually missing one of the caps. These little caps here is what the spring indexes into between the frame, the frame index where they set in the pin there. And then the only thing that keeps those things tension-wise is that little plastic. And they cup and they always crack. As you can see, this one's cracked and the pin's right there. So they fail. The other one was just missing. So somebody probably didn't have any brakes for a while. So instead of going with the V brake, which I didn't have, I did have this nice little caliper brake. It was brand new to take off from a build I had. So I just slapped that on there. It's working. It's a real nice little bike. It's perfect for somebody who just wants to pick it up for their son, daughter, will just ride it like it is, or if they want to take it to the next step with some new grips in the seat, or if they just want to hang it on the wall because they used to have one as a kid. It does have the original pad set with it. So thanks for watching. Got another one saved and going back into the, I guess, the mix for somebody to ride and enjoy. There's our next one. We'll mess with that Viper and clean that one up. That won't take much either. Please subscribe, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll check you out next time.